This is Nick and Caduce, by the way. We all went to this event together. Caduce, you can see in this interaction, Nick was Bush Boy, so he was gone for this part of the event. We took the approach to the complex pretty slowly, moving in small chunks at a time. My job was to watch for enemy combatants as far out as I could see, which with the thermal was actually super awesome.
I see some movement on far side of water buckets.
As you can see there, I was able to call out troop movements that were way beyond where we could see, and with the thermal we could actually know where they were. I tried to take a pot shot. Highly doubt I hit anything on that one, except for maybe brush. Once we got to the compound, my job transitioned into helping to hold the area until we got control.
Didn't have a good line of sight on him, but... but the question is, how far did he go? I see him! I see them in the bushes.
Here I radioed our commander and let him know the situation.
Check fire!
Commander called over the radio to check fire, as some of the enemy team were behaving as non-combatants. In this firefight, it was not the case though. I feel like this is a good place to mention. I didn't sight in my rifle before the event, and this is why you should always sight in your replica before you go to an event, because I had no idea where my views were going. The fact that I got that guy earlier was kind of, well, by luck and a little bit of experience. I knew that it was almost centered vertically, or horizontally, I just didn't know where it was vertically.
We got people coming from two sides. We got contact over here as well.
Our unit commander called in saying they were being engaged on the other side of the complex from us.
We got like 10 guys over here to the right. I cannot see where these are going at all.
And that was me out of the game. At least for this round. Welcome back to Sandwich Airsoft. Today we are looking at the gear and such that I took to my most recent Milsim. So it was super fun. let's start with the sidearm that no one saw in that content because I used it during the night. So we're looking at the, of course, ICP ICS pistol. It is, well, it's quite dirty, as you can see. A lot of it's been wiped off just by me putting it in the case, taking it out, handling it. But it got a lot of dirt in it, and I'm happy to say, even with the dirt, it is still working fantastic. I also got a flip-up red dot for it before this event, and laid on it multiple times in the night. It held 0, and it isn't broken, so can't complain. In fact, I full body dropped on the same side that my pistol's holstered to, from standing to drop, and it survived just fine. So I'll leave a link in the description below for that. I don't know if I can do links that get me money from Amazon, so probably will be just a normal link, to be completely honest with you all. And of course I'm just using APO1 mags because they've been super reliable and I have a cheap source for them. So, next up is my AR. This, if the video came out before this, should look familiar. It is my custom AR from the How to Build an AR video. If the video hasn't come out, stay tuned, it's coming out. The only difference between what I built in that video and what's here is the selector switch. I swapped it out for one that actually stops. And the spring, I ended up swapping for an M125 because the M135 was 2 joules. As it is, this one sits at 1.8 joules right now, which is a lot, but at least it's not 2 joules. So, yeah, fun experience. We'll go over more of this rifle at some point. I feel like this one deserves a full review. This has been kind of a project of mine for years. I mean, there's parts in this thing that I bought like 10 years ago, so we'll go over this in a much later video, but this was my primary for it. This thing's like a laser pointer, and you could kind of see in the comment below, like I was shooting pretty far shots with this and hitting them. You saw the guy that called his hit and walked off. I was doing with thermal. Unfortunately, because it's me, I didn't sight it in beforehand, which was really dumb of me not to do, and I'm not going to make that mistake again, so. Of course, for mags, I was just using standard Crytek spring mags. As these are quiet, you can run around with them at night and they don't rattle because they're spring mags, but they still hold a ton of ammo because you have all that space to hold BBs. So I will probably give these a dedicated short review at some point because I actually really do like these mags. There are some down points on them that I can talk about in that review, but for now, that's what I used. Now on to the part that I'm sure a lot more of you guys are interested. This is my Rattler V2. This is the thermal sight I used for the event. It's got a nice big sensor on it, and frankly, it was fantastic. Honestly, if you're going to do a Milsim event, this is a piece of kit that if you can afford and justify it, it's honestly worth it. At the very least, you can be put up on a hill and do troop movement observation, let them know where the enemy's moving, give them an idea of where people are, which I did a little bit of during that day. This was super cool, definitely something I'd recommend if you're doing a lot of Milsim stuff. I'm definitely going to be keeping my kit. We're going to be doing another local meetup here in the near future, and I'm going to be taking this with me to kind of show you guys how you can find snipers in bushes, which I think is going to be super fun to do. Don't know if it's going to stay on this one for that, but we'll see. Probably will. I want to use this gun a little bit more, but I do have some reviews that I got to get done, like the KCO2. So I may put it on the KCO2 and sight it in. We'll see. That's for a future video. For now, I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun this weekend with, of course, these two awesome dudes. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.